Okay, it's a tiny off-grid cottage today. I'm going to show you some parts I bought for my pickup. And I'm going to attempt to install them and do some things today. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it done in one day, but I need to have it done in a week. So I ordered some new rear sway bar link bushings. And it's a set to do one rear set. The stupid thing is it doesn't come with bolts. I can't particularly find them, but nobody who sells the bolts. So I might have to do that another day because I have to cut them off the cutoff wheel and run the bolts over to Tractor Supply, and that'll be a whole day job. I got some new plugs and wires for the ignition problem. To see if it makes it run not so rich. And this here is a starter heat shield blanket that should take care of that overheating problem, which makes the starter Bendix expand, which won't start the truck after it's warmed up. But it reflects 2,000 degrees radiant heat, and on that big block, the starter's right by the exhaust manifold. I think years ago, when the starters replaced the Mechanica page, just didn't replace the heat shield. Over time, it cooked the starter. So this is easy because you just wrap it like a blanket around it, and then you put one piece of metal in there and you tighten it up, and you just smash it with your pliers, and that holds it. So I'm going to do that, and then move the truck to the side of the house, take off my toolbox, my bed lining, sweep it out and paint it, and I'll show you after all that's cleaned. See you in a minute. Okay, this is what the inside of the pickup's bed's like after 3 years of having that pickup bed line on it. Seriously, every 2 to 3 years I clean out, because these things will get dirt and dust under them. See, it's barely a little bit of surface rust, but Broom should knock that all off with some fresh paint. And then I just put random paint colors, whatever I have left over, because you don't see anyway. It's just there for a layer protecting between the metal and the bed. But this is definitely why I got to do this. That's not too bad. But that mud would rust and turn in the rest of the material. So I'm going to clean this out and get that done. And hopefully try painting on it and show you when that. So I put a can of Rust-Oleum Flexil, you know, the one you see on the infomercials. That's why it's got a rough texture. I had a new can, I used it. And so there's still some spots left. And I'm going to go ahead and let dry overnight. I'm going to buy some dollar black spray cans at Walmart. Ooh, tonight when I'm in McPherson, and then tomorrow morning I'll come out here and spray paint it. And instead of putting the bed cover back in like it's going to, I'm going to go ahead and leave it out another couple of days, let the paint dry and set up. But I'll try to change spark plugs instead. So, because I need the plugs and the wires, and this cleaned out and coated, the bed put back in it all before I go to Peabody again. I've got the starter blanket. Hope that takes care of my heat seek, and I'm hoping this plugs and wires, cap and rotor will be a good tune-up. It'll be a good start for it running too rich. So I'll show you after it's painted tomorrow, finished painted tomorrow. I'm going to let this sit up for 24 hours, this Flex Seal, this thick rubber coating. And I'm sure my neighbors are used to ugly, embarrassing messes because he's got such a Sears homeroom show perfect yard, and the mine's a nightmare. Hates my chickens and ducks, and thinks I'm a redneck. Maybe I am, I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, I'll go ahead and show that tomorrow. And, that's it for today. I got a bunch of rental properties to take care of. I talked to one of the tenants, so this is about all I could spare a couple hours today. Alright, well, we'll get the update tomorrow. Alright, I finally got the other can of Flexi-Fill. I have 3 cans in there. Got the bed finished. See a little bit of the silver below, not much. And that's enough. Put a pretty good coating down in it, so it'll go below the bed liner. So tomorrow, after that dries out, if it doesn't dry out, I'll take a rag and get rid of it. If it hasn't rained, that is. I'll go ahead and put the bed liner back in it, the toolbox, and I'll check it again in another 3 years. The reason I don't rhino line it is because I don't want the bed beat up anymore, and it is. As you can see, it's Not the greatest now as it is. It actually needs replaced, there's so many dents in it, but the bed liner does help. And then I used a whole can of carburetor cleaner on this. And you barely turn the key over, it starts up, idle smooth now. I don't know about the overheating issue, and I won't until I get it to Peabody. After it warms up, see if the starter still has a heat sink issue. Hopefully that heating blanket, aluminum heating blanket up on the starter will fix that. Put a new set of plugs in it. New plug wires, new coil wire, new battery cable, starter. Got the outside of the starter clean, and I kept spraying it until I could spray it in the carburetor and run smooth. And it doesn't smoke, and it doesn't stink as much as it did. See, the tailpipe don't have blacks. So it cleans some of the black soot out of it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and my Philip put a can of Lucas head cleaner in it, did a gasoline additive substitute to go ahead and clean 5 years of Casey's gas, that ethanol junk out of the carburetor. Should take care of it. But other than that, turnkey starts up, it's idling a lot better, starts up faster, easier. So if we got the heat sink problem taken care of, and if I can add some more gas treatments to get rid of the bogging down at full throttle. See, when ethanol attaches itself to plastics over the years, build up like a thick vanilla creamy coating which will weigh down the float. It's a little bit on it, so when you floor it, then it floods the carburetor. I know I had it on my lower over there, and it was so bad it wouldn't even run with fuel injectors. In this, I put a can of Lucas in it with the 2 gas tanks. It cleaned up the injectors, and it's because it was running on Casey's gas. So that's good news for that truck. I might vacuum it out if I have the time sometime. I'm going to start the winter body work on it. Gonna try to go ahead and finish that this year. Knock that out, touch that up. Get some black paint to cover that. And touch it up with another quick black paint job for the winter. And call it good again. Alright, till later.